Listen, here is what I think the reality is. You cannot be a manager and just share management things with whomever you choose. But you gotta share it with somebody. So, what is it we're gonna do? Welcome to the channel Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become more confident leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. Now, a while back, you may recall, and you may have hopefully even contributed, but I asked you, who do you speak to or share information with when it comes to, work related situation? The options were, pretty minimal. You got your boss, your colleagues, your friends and family, and no one. And well, here's how it broke down, and here's the problem that at least I have with it. The largest group of people that you tend to share with is your friends and family. Now, I share a lot of stuff with my friends and family. The problem is that when you have technical things or serious issues with a person or a way of doing things, it's hard to go to your spouse and really air out the dirty laundry of work. It's hard to go to your friends and really get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. And it's not because they don't care. And it's not because they don't understand what you're saying, but they don't understand. When you're at work, you're there for, let's say, we'll do the average of 8 hours a day. That's your home. That's your family, whether you like it or not. But there's a flow and there's things that naturally come to you because you're in the situation. When you try sharing this, it's like sharing a joke that you heard another comedian tell. You're never telling it the way that that comedian told it. I mean, I've tried. I never get the laughs that they get. But it's the same idea when you're sharing things at work that may seem like a big deal. You're bringing it to your friends and family. And then it can sometimes get to a point it's like, oh, Jesus. All Mike ever does is talk about work. Geez, all Mike ever does is complain about this person. Can't he figure out about that person? This isn't a thing that I believe we want to bring home. Of course, you're going to naturally talk about work. You're going to naturally talk about the jerk who's pissing you off. You're going to naturally talk about, what you thought was funny or something that you fixed or a situation that you handled as smooth with ice in your veins. You're just the ice man. But your family doesn't want to hear that. So the next person or the next group that came in at 23% was sharing with nobody. Now, this isn't going to work either, because here's the problem with sharing with nobody. You don't have a sounding board. You're not getting things off of your chest. You're not getting them out of your head. You're sleeping with them. They're causing you to stress at night, perhaps, but you're not getting a good night's sleep because you have all this stuff just stuck inside, and you need a way to get it out. So keeping it to yourself, it's not helping. But then let's roll into the third group of people that you want to share with. And what the problem is with this is 22% of you guys share it with your boss. Now, should you be talking to your boss? Absolutely. You should be sharing what is good and what's going on and what's bad and how you're going to fix it. But you can't always go to your boss with problems, because what they're going to say is, well, geez, I hired Mike to handle these things, but man, he's bringing a lot of stress to my plate. Why do I always have to figure things out for him? Why do I have to be his punching bag? Why does he have to come to my office and vent about a person? Why can't he figure it out? Obviously, this isn't the case. But you need somebody, like I said, you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to allow you to get this stuff off your chest so that it doesn't cloud your judgment and you don't take it out on the wrong people. But sharing it with your boss isn't always the best opportunity. The next group that came in at 15% was your colleagues. And this sounds like a great idea, but it's not for this one reason. When you share information with your colleagues, I'm talking other managers, kind of like your peer group of, if you're at the supervisor level, you're at the executive level. When you're talking to people in that same tier, they'll have answers for you and you can talk to them, but you also have to understand that if you need to, or you plan on changing something, you think it's going to be so good, they may derail that idea because, well, geez, Mike, why would you come with that idea? Because that makes me have to do that. And I don't want to do more work. I'm good at coasting the way I'm at. So you may be trying to elevate the team, but the team that has that power, they don't want to be elevated. They're comfortable where they're at. They may also want to keep you down in the sense that if you start talking to them, trying to figure out solutions, they're gonna say, whoa, Mike's he's really onto something, but there's a promotion coming up and I don't want him to get it. So I need to figure out a way to calm him down, simmer that boiling water. I don't want to compete there. Now, am I saying that everybody's out to get you? Of course not. That would be silly. But you can't just vent to people. You can't just have all of your discussions with these groups because one, they don't understand. Two, they don't want to hear you bitch and moan. Three, they may not want you to succeed. So now you're looking at me saying, thanks, Mike. I now have nobody to talk to because you even said I can't just talk to nobody. So what the heck am I supposed to do? And here's my answer. And I don't care if you like it or not because it's my honest truth. You need a group of people that are in leadership positions. You need a group of managers that understand in general your day-to-day, not the specifics. But as a manager, I can understand when you're having problems with being a manager to people that are older than you. I understand it. I've been there. I've done it. Maybe you're doing it in retail and I did it at the airport. Does that make it different? No, because we're dealing with people. Where do you find these people? This is where it's the shameless plug. You need to be on the email list for when I announce that I'm opening up for founding members, the no nonsense leadership team membership. Still a mouthful. I'm going to get used to it because that's what we're calling it, because that's what you guys want. In this membership, we will be doing masterclasses on how to handle situations, how to advance yourself, how to do all of the things. But then we're also having live Q&A group chats on top of that. And this is where the video came from is I have a community that I'm building, a foundation of people like you who can vent and share ideas, share their wins, share your struggles, try to get ideas from people who are in the exact same boat as you, but maybe they've dealt with it. Or maybe they've just got a couple of years experience on you and they can say, hey, I dealt with something like that. Try this, try that. As members, we are invested in each other. We will grow partly because of the master classes and the live Q&A, but it's the community that will help us get to where we need to be because I can vent to you or you can vent to me and we understand the language. I'm not your boss. You don't have to worry about me judging whether I should have hired you. Joe is not your colleague. You don't have to worry about them trying to make it so that you don't get the promotion. So again, you need to talk to somebody. I want you to talk to somebody. I just want you to be careful who you talk to and what you share, but I want to make sure that you are not making things internal. You're not internalizing these issues, these situations, and that you have a team of people, a group of people that want to celebrate your wins, because if I see you win, that makes me more excited to get my win. And then we're a bunch of winners. So I hope that makes sense. Link in the description, as well as the first comment will be pinned as to how you can sign up to make sure you're on the list. I'm looking at early, like first week of November, we're going live with this. And that's the opportunity to get in as a founding member. So I got my coffee. Get your coffee. Let's go to this video so we can learn how to get your team to listen to you, even when you don't have that authority. Okay, let's go.